Hello everyone. Welcome to another exciting and educating episode of Ask Your Pharmacist. My name is Peggy Samuel, and this show is proudly brought to you by Drugnet, your #1 online pharmacy, and the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, supported by Seafort, the best vitamin C plus zinc supplement from Samu's Pharma. Thank you to our media sponsors, ETV Ghana and GH1 Television. Before we go on a quick commercial break, kindly go on YouTube, subscribe, and like all of our videos on Drugnet TV. We are going on this break, and I'll come back with more exciting content.
Are you tired of roaming for your medications and can't find them? Sick and alone and can't get anyone to get your drugs? Do you need to talk to a pharmacist? Or do you feel uncomfortable when buying certain drugs from the pharmacy? Do you want your drugs to be delivered to you at the comfort of your own home or office? Then it's time to download the Drugnet app, spelled DRUGNET, from the Play Store or the App Store to enjoy total convenience. Use Drugnet, your #1 online pharmacy. For further inquiries on Drugnet, call 024 00 24455.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. You are watching Ask Your Pharmacist on Drugnet TV. Today we are at Lapaz Market in the Greater Accra region of Ghana, and our topic for today is hemorrhoids, also known as pals, aka KOOKO in our local dialects. And our guest pharmacist for today is Farm Dixon Owusu. He is a pharmacist and a medical representative with Sanofi. Farm, it's great seeing you today.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay, so while we're doing KOOKO, I would want to think that everybody knows much about KOOKO. So why should we do KOOKO today?
All right, so we all know KOOKO or hemorrhoids has been with us for a long time, and recently people are resorting to different herbal concoctions and remedies and just to treat KOOKO. And the most important thing is people are also misdiagnosing it. Even when they have itchy in the eye or black spots on their face, they tend to misdiagnose that KOOKO, and they resort to a lot of things to treat it. So today we are here to actually find out from the people whether they really know what KOOKO is, and we also advise accordingly. Thank you.
Okay, let's go find out what people are saying about KOOKO.
Okay, ma, it's your net saying Boko. Nyamiase inti ene ebubu sansemfo kakra bi afa KOOKO pacho unti asiemu no KOOKO ye den
KOOKO ye yare bia ye yinyi no nyina no na saade no waka KOOKO se KOOKO di nim yare kwan edeba ne bi hu ani se o se menua anya KOOKO mitikura KOOKO na yehu nia edeba ye pese yehu dokodi a edi saa yare no eba efiso obere metumi kotoret na moja wom obi etumi kotoret obi wa ne di woni sisim obi wa ha ne di woni enua enti ye pese yehu saa dokodi a edi saa KOOKO no eba
KOOKO na de friend pals no eno ani se won se intin bi wo sebe ye to ho no nti okotena ejanan bia so na otim dindindin a na ama eho na asoa na moja bejini ana ato nti eto sa na na okwa bohu se moja no abefra wejanan bia no na chese eno na ye friend KOOKO no ye ka KOOKO a onti ase fa KOOKO ho ye sen de ni KOOKO
no atimi fifi obi wo ha nini tumi kika mi se mini tumi kika mi pa ana obi so ni tu mi de ebi fifi mi tu de so mini eya mi tumi posa na fifi nsi
yo enti ehesa offer eduro bi se o for eduro we de treat KOOKO da wakoto eduro se o de treat KOOKO ne da
oh adro de ande mi to de bia se na ya mi hu betom
yo we busa se o ansemfo aba akofa KOOKO ho apeso obusan ya wetime busa
de mbe bisa ni se KOOKO no every duani aye di mu ana se ye de
yo de edikan no KOOKO se weni kikawa enye KOOKO se ade fifi ewo honam a enye KOOKO ne ye de efifi wo otonepe se efifi na obekona moja efi ho na eba se weni ekikawa enye KOOKO eye yare foforo bi te se allergies. Your mom yet saying
Achayo.
No ba hwehwe nkomo kakra fa KOOKO ho nti se obi ka se KOOKO kra na menya KOOKO a onti ase mu na de nkra ni KOOKO
Se KOOKO ne de ebi mu de obi ba ka se ni ti obi ba ka se ya na ni ekeka no na ebi mu so de etimi fifiu wo omoto nti ni ayedi hu edifa KOOKO
na wankasa wenya KOOKO da
me de me ntimi nkyere because sometimes me ti me pai me many etimi emutimi ya kokosa nti mi da me ntimi nkyere bia na ye KOOKO ana se enye KOOKO
yo nti se ka se KOOKO a se ne de waka no so wuti pai wa enye KOOKO se weni keka wa enye KOOKO se mpo ade bi fifiri wo honam ho a enye KOOKO KOOKO ni ye se ade bi afifi wo to emra otim ansana wakotie fi no nti ene na ma ade ni fifi wo nti ade ni fifi wo na epae a afi wo kwa abon se na moja ewo utie fi eno ena ye KOOKO mami etisen
Yamenado.
yo ene ye betwetwe nkomo kakra fa KOOKO ho na se obi ka se KOOKO kra ene ne den o nti ase mu no
So KOOKO ay say yale ba. Owenyi pon. Owenyi pani yem ay say bi nse efifi wenyi pani yem. Bitumi fifi bitumi gun ne ho na me nyina bi so tumi gu no to. Ti mi se KOOKO sa na ti.
yo okay nti se ne odi kankan ye ka KOOKO a de eye weni no enu nye KOOKO de fifi wo honam ho no enye KOOKO na mom de fifi wo to se ne awoka no eno eni KOOKO no de eye weni se obi eni keka no ni ye ne ya so se wenya KOOKO woni de bi enu nye KOOKO enu betime ye different ones say allergies infection nti ye be so obusa insemfu afa KOOKO ene
never jo na KOOKO no so ya like ediban bi na odi dame yale ne ba ya ti de KOOKO ba yinimad mu ne yale ne ne su ediban bi di anamfra ma na edi dam KOOKO ne ba
yo nti se de di KOOKO ba eye de di ka ediban a yedi ediban bi e ma oyem etim ti se brodo banchi ediane ebruediane dokono fufu banku so wediane diemu ayese nduane ne nko a emo nko a etama oyem etim nti ubeko tiefi no oyem etim nti ayesa ochim echim na wo chim no nti na emoja nem ewo to ase ho no eyemre nti ochim a emano epai anase eswa. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So today I'd like you to ask your pharmacist about any question concerning hemorrhoids, piles, or KOOKO.
Okay, so please, what are the symptoms of piles? When someone, like the signs going to show maybe one has piles.
All right, so anytime someone has piles, which is an engorging in the anus, what happens is usually that place will itch you, and when you pass your hands there or you check there, you realize that there will be sometimes there will be like a bulging or there will be a swelling in your inner region. Also, it comes with pain, and other times too, when you use the washroom, you realize that there's bright red blood mixed with your stool because of that, the bursting of the swelling there. So basically these are the main signs: the itching, the swelling, then blood mixed with your stools. Now me person me say oh nsembi se bi fa KOOKO hu a obetimi amana kwa mai.
Okay, we dem de nyame asese baba ade we madwendwen am pese me busa na ne maba enti ade pa ni KOOKO ene ade na e kose eno ne ade am pese me busa no
yo enti ye ka KOOKO a KOOKO ni say we fifi bi fifi wo to ana infant say wenya pompo bi enya pompo pese ba wenya bibi tse pompo wo to usually the ban say otina tifi so na wo chim obua okoti efi a ochim panti wo chim ni na no ntina edi moja ena oto ase ho no eyemre nti se ochim sana ema no epupie nti se epupie sana edi nyoma bi ti se eho kekao ɛpae so a wokɔ tiefi a wobɛhu sɛ mogya ɛfra wo tiefi no afei so wobɛhu sɛ ɛhɔ hyehye wa na ɛhɔ yɛ wo ya womfili comfortable ɛwɔ hɔ ɛnkanka sɛ wokɔ tiefi a nti ɛno no ɛne kooko afei w'ani keka hɔ a ɛnyɛ kooko sɛ nneɛma totɔ honam ho te sɛ biribi fifififi wɔ honam a ɛno nso ɛnyɛ kooko.
ɛnɛ yɛ nananom akyerɛ nneɛma o.
Hey, Kofi, are you coming to the party? Everyone is here.
Oh, Mido, I'm not well, and I feel too weak to go out and get drugs.
Oh, Kofi, why the hassle? You can order all your drugs on the Drugnet app.
Drugnet app?
Yes, Drugnet app. I don't stress myself any longer. I just go on the app and upload all my prescriptions or call the pharmacist on the app, and my drugs are sent to me at a fee of only 5 cedis.
Wow, this is amazing. I feel better already.
It's time to download the Drugnet app on Google Play Store or the App Store and enjoy total convenience.
Drugnet, your #1 online pharmacy.
It's time for our social media questions, and our first question is, what is the difference between hemorrhoids and piles?
So there's actually no difference between hemorrhoids and piles. It's actually the same term that is used to describe, but it's used interchangeably. So if you mention hemorrhoids, you are right. If you mention piles, you are also right.
So it's just the same, it's being used interchangeably. All right, so the second question is, please, I want to understand what causes piles and what medication should I take for my piles?
Okay, so what causes piles? The risk factors to piles, as I mentioned earlier, especially being obesity and also pregnancy. Also, if you are someone who usually has constipation, that causes you to stress or strain during passing of stool, you can also develop piles, because piles comes about when there's a strain on the blood vessel in your inner region. That blood vessel is very thin, so usually we use sachet water, the old water we used to take, water in a rubber to describe it. So you see that when you strain that water, you see that it engorges, and there's leftover of some of the water in that engorged side. So that's exactly what happens in the anal region, causing the piles. And the medications that are used usually it resolves on its own for some people. So you see someone passing through their blood, then it resolves on its own. But if it resolves for you, it means that you have to check your lifestyle medication. You have to take in more fruits and vegetables and cut down on carbohydrates like bread, banku, fufu, all the starchy foods that we take. Then you take in a lot of water so that your stool will become softer and you can pass it out easier. Now for the medications, we treat basically on symptoms. So there are oils you can use, there are creams you can use, there are tablets, especially for the itching and also for the discomfort. But it's better to seek the advice of a pharmacist or a doctor when you realize that you have that condition than just going to buy any drug that you feel like buying. Thank you.
There you have it. The causes are multifactorial. Always ask your pharmacist for the right medications to treat your piles. Thank you.
Today we'll be talking about hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids, also known as piles, aka KOOKO, is when there's an engorging of a blood vessel in your anal region or your anus region. So this comes about when you strain during defecating or passing out of stool. Also, it comes about when you are pregnant and when you are obese. So when you are pregnant or when you are obese, you watch out for these signs. So the basic signs that happens in piles or KOOKO has to do with itching, has to do with swelling in your anal region, and also has to do with discomfort, especially when you are passing out stools. So the risk factors for this is constipation. It also has to do with when you eat a lot of carbohydrates and not balance it with fruits and vegetables, and also has got to do with conditions such as pregnancy and also when you are obese. Now the way to combat this piles is first to look at your lifestyle modifications. That is to do with especially your diet. So if you have this condition whereby you have a swelling in your anus or bleeding in your stools, the main thing you have to check is your diet. You cut down on carbohydrate food like rice, like banku. You cut down on bread especially, then you resort to foods like fruits and vegetables, example being watermelon, example being pineapple, example being banana. So these fruits will help make your stool become softer and also eases the strain whilst passing out stool. Also, if you get this condition, don't sit at home and buy any drug. You can see your pharmacist. Your pharmacist will assess the situation. If he has to give you some drugs, the pharmacist will give you the drugs to use. If the condition is something that will seek a doctor, the pharmacist will direct you to a doctor so that they can do differential diagnosis and find out actually whether it's a hemorrhoid or not. Because sometimes when you have bleeding and itching in your anus, it might not be hemorrhoids. It can be an anal fissure, it can be a fistula. So you check up on it. Thank you.
Dose for Healthy Living is up next. Stay tuned. Today on Dose for Healthy Living, ask for affordable options. If a drug cost is too high for you, talk to your pharmacist about more affordable options, such as generic drugs. Hello everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's edition of Ask Your Pharmacist. This show was proudly brought to you by Drugnet, your #1 online pharmacy, and the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, supported by Vitseafort, the best vitamin C plus zinc from Samus Pharma. Okay, so I hope you did learn a lot. We'll be coming your way with more content, more exciting information. Until then, stay tuned. Like I always say, ask your pharmacist, because what goes inside of you is merely irreversible. My name is Peggy Sano, and until then, bye-bye and be safe.